Silence is a complex idea. It is not as simple as absence of sound. Silence is not absence of anything. Silence is its own reality. Silence cannot be defined as an opposite of something. We do it because we don't understand silence. Because we only know noise, for us, absence of noise is silence. And that again, it's only in the outer world. We don't know what is it to be silent on the inside. Because on the inside, we are always noisy. There's a conversation going on all the time. And there are multiple layers of this conversation. At the surface, the most immediate conversations that require your attention. The mind is trying to push you into action. And then as you go deeper and deeper, there are subtler conversations. There's the realm of ideas, realm of emotions, realm of past experiences, and at the deepest of layers, there is just a remembering that I am. Or even, I am doing this, I am doing that. Just a quiet, silent remembering, even that is a conversation. That is why, after a seeker has spent enough time meditating, he begins to feel like he has reached a zone of silence. He can say with certainty that I don't have any thoughts in my mind. Many people say that even without meditation. If you were to ask them, how is your internal realm? I mean, do you experience moments of silence or is it always noisy? More often than not, they say, yes, there are moments when I'm totally silent. I'm not thinking about anything. But in reality, they have only moved from the outermost layer of thoughts, which they can hear and perceive more clearly. But they are still in the realm of thoughts. Still there's a conversation happening. In fact, the world of the mind extends so deep, so far, that it is through the mind that you even know that you are breathing. It is through the mind that you know that you're sitting. Because without the mind giving you the instruction, without the mind to tell you what's happening, nothing can happen. If there is something happening, it is happening through the mind. Silence is not a reduction of the noise in the mind. That is relaxation, where you're still listening to your inner voice, but because it's not disturbing you, you're experiencing states of relaxation, sometimes even deep relaxation. Now, silence is a totally different phenomenon. It is that unmistakable proof that you can experience nothingness. Silence is the first nothingness you perceive. And this is not just nothingness of sound. Silence also means silence of seeing, silence of smell, silence of touch. When I'm talking about silence, you are literally experiencing a moment of deep nothingness. But this is still not bliss. Bliss is a state which cannot be compared to anything else. It's hard to even describe it. Silence can be understood, can be experienced, because you are something more than silence. You are something more than thoughts. You are subtler than even silence. You're not just a machine. You're not just a mechanism that is designed to perceive through the senses. You are an existential reality that can perceive even the absence of something, that can perceive nothingness. So when you hear silence for the first time, how does it feel like? First, it is always the silence of sound. There are no sounds, there are no conversations. You actually hear something. Then comes the deepening of that silence, which becomes the silence of even the body sensations, silence of all perceptions. That is what opens the door to bliss. But first is listening to silence. It starts as a unique sound. Initially, when you hear silence, you don't even hear it and recognize it as silence because you are hearing it. If you can hear something, how can it be silence? Because at least you know that if you are perceiving something, it has to be there. You hear it actually as a sound. Now, why is it so hard for you to recognize it as silence? It's because you have been listening to sounds all your life. It is such a constant, eternal part of your reality that there is no part of your mind that has learned or conditioned itself to recognize anything other than sound. Your mind is just tuned towards sound. And sound, or what we call mental noise, is the source of all disturbance. Even for a single moment, if you can stop hearing the conversation that is happening in your head, you will experience a relaxation like no other.